Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to uh, talk to you about this Sony Dash. It's the model number is HID-C10, and I actually have two of these. I picked them up from a thrift store years back, and they were really cool. They connected to Sony servers, and you could run apps on them. It was cool because I could listen to music, MP3 files. I could watch videos. It had a YouTube app, and I liked the way I had it set up before. I would have weather down here, and the clock was up here, and every day I could see what the weather was. It was like a 5-day forecast. It was kind of neat. Well, I don't know, was it last year? No, the year before. Sony decided that they're gonna discontinue these, and that's it. And basically, they became what they did is it's kind of I can't believe Sony would do this, but they did. They forced a firmware install and basically turned this, which is actually a video player, a calendar to a MP3 player. Was it's a smart clock. They literally turned it into this. This is so it's just a clock. You can whatever set your date, whatever. This is it. They took the app side out of it completely, and all you're left with this. So this was a forced update, firmware update that they did, and a lot of people were upset. I was upset. I'm like, why would they do that? Why would they force a firmware update that turns your smart clock into just a regular clock, like a dumb clock? I mean, I could run MP3s on it before and listen to music and stuff like that. So I was really pissed off. So for years, I don't know, for over a year, ever since they did that, I've just had them like this because the clock is still good, and I like it's got a big huge clock on it, and I like it. It's very easy to set up. And this is actually my mom's. I have mine in the other room. So a couple days ago, I decided to let me see, is there any kind of hack or something that I could put on here so I can get these to work again? Well, I found something, and I will show you what I found. Alright, so this is mine in my room, and as you can see, this was exactly like the other one, okay? But I was able to at least get it to do this, where I can actually have the weather. I can have these are two different cities with the time and the date for two different cities. Oradea is a city in Romania. That's where I was born. So, the date. And then the time. But you could do some things with it. Okay, press the button on top. And you go, oops, sorry, it's hard to. Okay, menu, themes, and then you can go to themes. At least you can do something with it. Okay. Load. Wrong one. I wanted to do themes. It's hard to. So you have these three options here for themes. This one is okay, but it's kind of too. For me, at least, it's just too. You got a clock. You got your watch, whatever. It doesn't have weather, but it does have these commands here. So you can look at photos. You can look at videos. You can listen to your MP3s, listen to music commands. Not sure what those things that's for. And then time, you can actually change this too. Oh, weather. I'm sorry. Oh, there. Sorry. So you can do that. Make it at least it's something. Now the way I did this, it's called Chumby.com. Chumby, and I'll show you in a little bit. Chumby.com, basically, you would download a software from them, which I have on this thing, and you plug it in. There's a USB on the side. You plug it in. First, you have to unplug the watch. It doesn't have a power button. You just have to unplug it. You plug this in, and then you plug in with this already in. You plug in the power adapter, and basically what it happens is it boots off of this. Okay. and it starts installing. It's going to ask you some questions. You want to install? Yes, and blah, 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 blah. And then basically it's going to ask you for the Wi-Fi password and blah, blah, blah. And there you go. We were able to get this. So this is kind of cool. I like it. At least it does more than just show me the time. And yeah, it's Chumby. I did not know, but at that time, whatever, 9 years ago, Chumby and Sony were kind of they were competing with each other. It was competition. But whatever reason, Chumby decided that they were going to take these over from Sony and allow you to install the Chumby software. It's just basically it's just a firmware software update. So, and it works great. Let me show you what I did. I'll go to my computer and I'll show you what I did to do that. All right, so here we are. Chumby.com. So, and basically what I had to do is right here, it says unbreak your Sony Dash details. Okay, I didn't use that one. I used this one at the bottom here, and for how to install Chumby on your Sony Dash. So I just clicked on it like that, and right here, where, not here, somewhere down here, right here. So download the Chumby HID-C10 1.0 zip file here. So I clicked on it and I downloaded it to my desktop. So it's down here, right? So I clicked on it and I put extract files, but I extracted it directly to the root directory of this. I did not install it in a folder. So basically, this was the J drive, I believe, when I stuck it in. And I downloaded directly to the root drive. I'll actually stick it in, and I'll show you what's on here. So basically, this is direct. This is the main. There's no directories. Basically, this is what it extracted directly to the J drive. Yeah, it is J drive. Yeah. So, and that's what I did. So, if you have it has to be directly into the root of the USB. If you install it in a folder, it's not gonna work. It has to be directly here. So, and then once you do that, you do what I said earlier. You plug it into the. First, you have to unplug your dash, plug in the USB drive, and then plug in the power again. And then it'll boot right off of that. You follow the instructions, and that's it. Now, I did go to Chumby's website. Here's Chumby. I did go. Let's go back one. No, not this one. Okay. And I did create a login name, and turns out that you have to. It's subscription based, and it's got some cool apps on here. Obviously, I thought that when I had the Sony had much better apps, but I mean, you can't complain if your Sony Dash has become a huge paperweight. Can't complain. So it does have quite a lot of apps here, like probably over 1,000 apps. It's not bad. Some of them are kind of cheesy, but some of them are. I was like, why would anybody put this up there? But okay, it is a subscription based, and it's $3 a month. So I actually connected my Sony Dash to the website, and it works. Except I was like, I really don't want to pay $3 a month for some of these apps. I'll just leave it the way it is. I was happy, and basically I deactivate, because you activate your Chumby and then deactivate it. So I went ahead and deactivated it, and so basically I'm just gonna leave it the way it is right now, because I'm fine with it. At least I can play my MP3s. I can watch little videos on it. But besides that, it's even got one of Facebook photos. Never used it. I'm not even sure what you would use it for, but it's got some spiritual stuff here, Bible. It's got Islamic prayer times, whatever. So yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, I felt that at least I have a usable dash now instead of not usable. Well, it was still usable. It just wasn't let's see, it wasn't as, what's the word I'm looking for? Wasn't as good, you know. I prefer to see, to be able to use the photo side of it, to see photos, pictures, to use it for, playing MP3s. Basically, you just, oh yes, I'm just remembered. Now the I'm not sure exactly what type of USB drive you can use for that. Mine is a 2 GB USB drive. Let me unplug it here. So mine, you can't really see it. Okay, whatever. It's a 2 GB USB 2.0, and that's it. So I'm not sure how many gigabytes that thing could see, but this is a 2 gig. So it worked great for me. All right, I think that's it. Let me think if there's anything else. All right, so there was one more thing that I thought about. So basically, like I said, you take this USB. This is a USB 2.0. I'm not sure how. Like I said, I don't know what's the max size it'll see, but this is a 2 GB by Micro Center. You can, if you have those really teensy small ones, you can plug it in it. But this looks nasty. It actually sticks out a lot. But you can at least you could play MP3s off of it. All right, so let's go to menu here. All right, and then go themes. Themes. I prefer this theme the best out of all of them. So one thing I do like is I like this. Where's this one? So right here you got sleep sounds, which is kind of cool, but it seems to be buggy because I've used it and it locked my system. I had to actually had to unplug it and replug it back in. So it'll like do bird songs, ocean, and it actually works. But like I said, mine locked up. It didn't work exactly perfect every time. So I'm not sure how you go back on this. Let's go. Oh, you just press the top button. Okay, and then there's also my streams, which is kind of cool. These are like radio stations. Oh no, this is not it. Wait a minute. Let's see, where was that? Was it this one? No, this one. No, that's music files. Oh, sleep sounds. Oh, right here, Blue Octi Radio. Yeah, there we go. So these are actually radios that you can actually listen to. So you press that and you press play up here, and it's if it doesn't lock. Sometimes it locks on me, but definitely not. That doesn't seem to be working. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it just locked on me. Well, anyway, it's not perfect, but at least you can get it working. What was the other thing I wanted to do? Wanted to say. There was one other thing. Oh yeah. If you pick one of these up and it's got the older firmware, the older firmware is fine. You can just plug it in. But there's some where there's a firmware there that it just doesn't work. So you can plug this in and it won't work. I'm not sure exactly which firmware. They also have the older firmware for this, where you can Chumby has the older firmware where you can it gives you instructions how to install the older firmware, and after you install that older Sony firmware, then you go ahead and install this, and that works. So, but for me, if your clock has become literally just a huge paperweight with just the clock and whatever, yeah, you just plug it right in. You obviously you plug it in while it's off, actually unplug because it doesn't have a power button, and then you plug it back in, plug in the power back inside the unit, and it'll just boot right off of this, and you follow the instructions on the screen to install. It's as simple as that. Now, because I don't know, it's that Chumby version firmware not perfect. Occasionally, like if you do something, it will lock your screen, but I haven't had any issues with, like, if you just leave it on the if you just leave it on like as a clock or as a calendar or whatever. Never had any issues with that. I just had issues when it's like streaming. Something was streaming. Whenever it's like streaming something, it occasionally will do this. So, but I don't need it for that because I don't need to listen to any radios that I like or over there on this online. Or what else does it have there? Yeah, those actually those sounds, those sleep sounds would be kind of cool, but it's all right, no big deal. Anyway, okay, that's it. Over and out. All right, right. All right. So I did want to show you. I don't know why all of a sudden it stopped focusing, but anyway, I wanted to show you that I unplugged it and plugged it back in. Oh, why isn't it focus? Maybe if I zoom in a little bit. Oh, there we go. I zoomed in a little bit and it worked. Alright, so it goes through this. So basically I unplugged it back in, and this is what it takes you through. And then basically it comes up to what I set it for before. Oh, yeah, it does this Chumby thing. Starting Chumby, yay! Alright. Hello. Alright, so right here I think it's going to give me an error, like it's going to say something like, it's not an error, it's going to be like, deactivate, Chumby is not oh here, device activation. Well, I had it activated, but I deactivated it, so I just push later here. I don't want to activate it. If you activate it, then you have it's a combination between the computer and this at the same time. So there's videos on Chumby of show you how to activate it. I'll just put later, and that's it. So this is where I usually have it set. That's how I like it. I love to see the, right now it's raining, 36 degrees Fahrenheit, and gives me my time. It's just kind of cool. Let me see if I can do that thing again with the sleep sounds, but it just tends to lock up on me when I do this. So let's try it again. Oh, there it goes. Now it worked this time. It's kind of cool. There's one with birds too. It's a bird. It might lock up on me, but it might not. Who knows? Looks like it doesn't work. Okay, so I'll just get back to. Alright, that's it. Over. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll try to get back to you ASAP. But that's it. That was my little intro to how to make your Sony Dash work again. Definitely when it was Sony, it had much better apps. It was a really fun phone. And what I like, I mean, I know you can do that with a tablet nowadays, but what I loved about this one is like it's got this thick base, and it doesn't run on batteries or anything, but it stood right here, really stays well. It's not like a tablet where it's light. It's simple to use. You could have even my mom knows how to use it. It's so simple, but a tablet was a little more complicated, whatever. But it is what it is. This is what I'm stuck with now. So, yeah. But if I would get the subscription for $3 a month, I could do a lot more things here. So, I think I will go ahead and see if I could redo the install, the firmware install, because the only thing I had was when I put the files on this off the computer, I kept trying to eject it, eject, and it would not eject. It kept saying, busy, try back later, there's files, or the computer is trying to use it. So I literally forget this, I just unplugged it. So, not sure if I did anything wrong by doing that, and it worked, but I think I'm going to go ahead and re-put the files on here, and I'm going to try to reinstall it all over again. Maybe that will fix the locking, why it's locking, or maybe not. Maybe it could be just a bad firmware somewhere. It's got bugs in it. Who knows how well Chumby made the firmware for this. I didn't see another version. I think that was the only version that they've worked on, and they stopped at that version, and they didn't make any new versions after that. So, all right, over and out. Oh, I forgot.